Well, hello to the few people that will watch this, probably. It's me, a guy that just had 2 interesting games with 5th Panzer and thought, you know what, I'm gonna upload them and talk about stuff that happened and hopefully you'll think that it's interesting, because I for sure did. And we will take a look at my deployment. I switch it like to my view, so you know, we can kind of immerse ourselves in the situations that were happening from my point of view. Yeah, as you see, we are playing against the 27th. It's like the division that has been newly added. And yeah, I am playing the 5th Panzer, so the West German tank division. Started with one command that is going to the center point here, and it will then go to the right. And then it will contest the middle. I'm only going with one command because I am fairly unsure about the playstyle of the new division yet, because I'm in general not the best player, and the new division is, well, surprisingly new. So I am still quite afraid of like early helicopter rushes, because I know that they get the Mi-24K as the recon. So with recon helicopter that's armed and armored. So it is quite dangerous if you deploy it from the beginning. So I only go with one command to have spare points for extra anti-air defenses. So you can see I'm starting with 3 Fliegerfausts. They're quite shit, as you might know. But they're at least something, and they're cheap. So I quite like them, actually, because, well, they're cheap and you can upvet them and still get quite a few of them, so they are kind of okay in the current iteration of like anti-air and air interaction. So I have one of them going to the right side here and 2 going to the middle. You also see I'm deploying them fairly early, not like too early, but early enough, I guess. Well, we will see if it's early enough or not. But yeah, you can also already see that I'm kind of focusing here on the middle more than the right. So I'm going with like one Aufklärer that is going into this building. I quite like that move because the Aufklärer is obviously forward deployed and it has an anti-tank weapon, the Panzerfaust. So if I rush it here, you can actually stop units that are rushing down this road to get into the zone early with its Panzerfaust, which is quite good, because sometimes people will just bum rush you here to get an early foothold on your zone. So I kind of want to have something against that. And you know, it is only a 4-man squad, but as I said, the Panzerfaust, obviously for the Panzerfaust it doesn't matter whether it's like a 4-man or a 20-man squad, we'll still do the same damage. So that's quite good. And an M40 recoilless rifle, recoilless gun, I think it is, to go here so that it can cover off the open ground. Then I have a Fernspeer. It will go up to this hill, and I will then move it on foot further forward so it can go up to about here. So it has like okay vision down there, but it can also cover this top side trees here. But that's basically already my whole deployment for the right side, initially at least. Yeah, you can already see that the units here have become quite numerous. And the important part is also the 2 Luxes here on the left. So yeah, my idea is not just only to go full ham on the middle, but also to get an early advantage on the left, so that I can use it to kind of get a movement going to this side, because people like to put their commands here so that I can attack it from the front, but also come in from the side to overwhelm him. And the Luxes are quite good, in my opinion, because they are also forward deployed and they are super fast. Like if you look at it, 108 kilometers per hour, so they have the highest speed of units in WARNO, as far as I know at least. Yeah, so I quite like opening with 2 of them, and then you see I have like a bunch of 2 other recoilless guns that are going here and here, a Milan 2 that's going here, 2 Jägers that are going here and here. And I also bought a Gepard, again in case he has a helicopter at the start. To the M48s, so the ones with the worst gun, but also the 50 cal. I quite like them for cheap fire support. And the Panzer Grenadiers with the Carl Gustav and the Marder 1A3 to also go here and to the left. So you can already see that I'm kind of trying to get some infantry here. Again, just what I said, to push across. But I also used this one Jäger to go here because this is also a fairly common attack vector. And this one Fernspeer obviously will not cut it if he focuses on there. But oh no, at this moment I kind of panicked because I was like, oh my god, what is going on? He has a shit ton of stuff here. And I already bought the bomber to just bomb the Razvedka. It just completely shit the bed and got shot out of the sky. So that kind of sucked. Gotta say, the bombers in the German 5th Armored are kind of hit or miss, literally. So unfortunately that one was kind of bad. But yeah, I'm kind of not panicking, but I think that I'm a bit under pressure because the T80BV is quite a problem. Because the M48s are good like cheap fire support, but they're obviously just bad tanks. And the helicopter is also bad. But the good thing is that I have measures to counter him which don't really work because he has like the BMP2s and the T80BV, so I really can't move my Gepard up too aggressively. And the Fliegefaust, well, it has very limited range. So yeah, that's also not gonna cut it here for the moment. I tried to move up the M48s just to like distract him, I guess. Oh, that the Fliegefaust actually hit its first shot. That's a rare one. But yeah, obviously they completely shit the bed and got fucked up. But the good thing is, my Milan 2 fucks up the T80BV, so that's already working out quite well. But obviously the problem is that it's already running out of ammo, so those ATGM launchers, they have very, very low ammo supply, so I already almost killed this T80BV, but he ran out of ammo. Now my 2 Luxus here just pushed through, because he had nothing here, but then unfortunately I thought I could catch something off here, and I got one squad. I think it was like a normal Motostrelki squad. But then unfortunately the helicopter found me and still had a few rockets left, and obviously it's gone. So my one Lux died and the other one is about to die as well. But yeah, the good thing is that he also, at least nothing that I can see, he doesn't have on the right side. And so that was that gamble kind of paid off, that I didn't have a large deployment here, but well, I need to deal with those BMP2s and the T80. So I am bringing in Leopard 2A3, 2A4 and a 1A5. I really like the 1A5 because it basically has the same fire control system as the Leopard 2s, so you could see very high accuracy and the same range, just that the damage is lower. And well, obviously the Leopard 1 is just in general very, very low armored, but they're very cool to snipe off enemy units. Here he now has 2 helicopters. Those are the Mi-24Ks. Well, then rather he has 3 because the other Mi-24 is still somewhere out there. They kind of fucked up my Jaeger squad. Unfortunate, but the Gepard was able to push them off because he doesn't have a T80 here or anything. Here I thought that, well, surely if he has a lot of units here, there is infantry there as well. And I also wanted to see if I can get a rocket onto the Mi-24s. That actually worked. But yeah, as you can see, the MW1 didn't do that much damage to the stuff here, which I knew, but whether we got some infantry or no at this point, I'm not sure. But at least I did some damage and drained the supply, which really is worth the tornado, but you know, a little bit of coping didn't hurt nobody or something like that. The Grenadiers here survived, but for the moment I'm keeping them back, because just from the sheer amount of BMP2s and now also the gas trucks I have seen, I know that there's quite a lot of infantry, and the one like 6-man squad here is not gonna do much. So I'm keeping it back for the moment and waiting until my Leopards arrive. Like the 2A4 and the 2A3 together are just obviously beasts. Like the 2A4 is one of the best tanks in the game. And the 2A3 is honestly not that much worse. I mean, it is obviously worse and costs much less, but it's still very, very good. So those two can provide quite a lot of fire support, and I'm actually shifting the Leopard 1 to the right, because you can see, or also I can see, the Motostrelki and squad and the BMP2 here. The BMP2, as we can see here in the new division, is quite cool because it's like it has a grenade launcher as well. So that's quite nice. Well, not for me, because I'm on the receiving side, but in general it's a very good vehicle. And that's also the reason why I want to pull up my Leopard 1, because this one M40 recoilless gun will not stand up to the task if he decides to just move them forward. So yeah, my Leopards start to engage, but it's just trading a few shots with the Rozovetka. Not even trading, just shooting at them and the Motostrelki. The T80, the problem here is that it has the ATGM, and the BMP2 also has an ATGM, so it's kind of hard for me to just push in. That's why I retreated again. And I also got some Fliegerfausts on the left as well, because as we saw before, he has quite a few helicopters. And if you have like 2 Fliegerfausts, then the chances of you hitting something are like okay. It's still bad, but it's okay. And yeah, I didn't want to spend a lot of points initially, because I was still afraid that he would get more T80s here and just straight overwhelm me. Because that's basically my first interaction I had with this battle group. I just got completely overwhelmed by BMP2s and T80s. So I'm a bit, I guess, traumatized by that. But you can see the 2 Leopard 2s are holding back the T80, no problems at all. The big advantage of them is also, as you can see, the fantastic stabilizer. So even though he has a range advantage with his ATGMs, as long as I can see his BMPs and his T80s, I can just drive in and not lose any accuracy. Unfortunately, he has his Mi-24V rocket helicopter up again, and he also gets the Kokon ATGM rockets that are fairly good. So that was unlucky. Almost got his A there, which is also kind of rock on. Honestly, it has like a 60% accuracy, but it's infrared, so you can't even see it. But well, it is what it is. So here we get the BMP2, but his other 2 helicopters now coming as well. But yeah, you can see here you have like I have 3 Fliegerfaust and a Gepard, and I'm holding them back quite well. Unfortunately, they split up the damage again, so I'm not even sure. Ah, okay, I even got the Mi-24. But here the T8 came in, as you could see. Well, I was talking about the Mi-24, and kind of fucked up my Leopard too, but got shot down itself. The T8 is a Su-25T, so it's a newer version of the Su-25 we already have in game. And it has 5% more ACM if I remember correctly, and it uses the Vickers rockets, so those are the same as on the Ka-50. And it fires you at the same time, which you might think sounds great, but as you maybe saw just right now, it's actually quite bad. Because those rockets are very, very slow compared to like the normal KH whatever rockets that the normal Su-25 uses. So the problem is like it needs to stay on target very, very long. And if you have an AA net like me, then you're just not gonna get through or do even any damage. But it costs a lot of points. Can't remember the price, but it's quite expensive. So yeah, it is pretty useless. And I mean, yeah, it has a lot of rockets, but when are you gonna use like, I think it has like 16 rockets, so there would be 8 volleys. That's, yeah, it doesn't really make a lot of sense, but it's a new plane, so I guess it's kind of cool. So here we now just have a few skirmishes between the recon troops and the Leopard 2A4 supporting. So this is basically what I bought it for, so that I can have the control over the open engagement here, or the engagement and the open range. Now here I see something firing. I thought it was a Nona, because it was so close, but as you can see by the damage, it's obviously not a Nona, it's the new Akatse with the laser-guided projectiles or something. So this is very accurate, but does a lot of damage. So he actually used it quite well, but I thought, you know what? I bought an artillery, the M110. I quite like them, because they do a lot of damage, and I like damage if it's against the enemy. So I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna counter battery it for fun. Maybe he forgets to move it. As the Akatse is a tank howitzer, obviously chance are low, but whatever. But let's see what's happening here. Yeah, he is doing a helicopter attack. He bought another helicopters. Now he has 2 of those Mi-24V rockets, and I almost get the recon helicopter, but not completely. That was unlucky, and you didn't see it maybe, but the problem is that the Fliegerfaust that was in this building, it doesn't see the helicopters from there. So for me, it's sometimes kind of hard to judge like what the line of sight is, because you might think that if they're here, they can spot the helicopters that are flying up there. And the line of sight tool obviously only shows you the line of sight on the ground, but yeah, so he didn't see it. That was kind of unlucky, but at least I retreated because I now have 2 Gepards. And here you can also, I have a Roland 3, so I'm really building up my AA network after, I've seen him using helicopters and planes quite extensively for the moment. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna get myself some AA, because I don't use the air superiority fighters in this deck, because they're just absolute shite, so I just have a lot of AA and try to keep my AA net up at all times, except for the early game, because I can't spare points there. So here I have also added the 2 M48s. I just love them so much for the just fire support. They're so cheap. 55 points, that's just ridiculously cheap. But yeah, unfortunately my infantry takes some time to arrive, so I have like 1 Jäger here and I will get more infantry, but that will take some time, I guess. Because yeah, this 1 grenadier is still holding on, but it's just not enough. Just 6-man squad is just, it's a pain in the ass to use, because like, here you have an 8-man squad that is just better in everything, but it costs only 5 points more. Yeah, whatever. You gotta play the game as it is, right? So I spot his supply trucks here. Juicy target for my artillery. You see, I moved it after the first volley already, because I'm quite afraid of counter battery, and those things, I mean, they're super good, but you can see 260 points, it's quite expensive. I mean, it's almost a Leopard 2A3. Here, one of those, 270. So yeah, it's quite an investment, but we get both of the supply trucks, so that's quite good, even though it's like only the MTLB, so the 500 point supply trucks, but I mean, still, that's about 1,000 supply, a bit less, because some of it was used up, I guess, but still a good kill. That's why I really like those howitzers. Yeah, you see I'm slowly getting more infantry supply to the front, because yeah, the Gepard here is almost out of ammo, so it needs more. The Leopard 2s are, I mean, they're keeping them alive, as you can obviously see, but they get smacked by ATGMs here or there, so I also need supply to keep them repaired. That's why I brought in the biggest supply truck with 2,500 supply. I really like those. Here I also bought a Leopard 2A3, because the Leopard 1 died. I missed that. Unlucky, but it died at some point. I think it's, I moved it up here, and I think it got smacked by the Recon BMP2 there. Yeah, that's what it was. But yeah, I also brought in a Grenadier here, because I'm afraid that he's gonna just push through here, and I just don't have enough defenses here. Yeah, so I saw his AA here and thought, that's also a juicy target. And luckily I get the AA and the supply truck. That was very good, because this is one of the 60% infrared AA pieces, so killing them off is very, very valuable. Yeah, because it's infrared, so C doesn't work. And my 24K stopping me, so I'm kind of pull them back, because taking unnecessary damage is not really what I need to do at this point. It got routed, but unfortunately it fell back during being routed, so that was sad for me, and my Gepard could have gotten the kill there, but it is what it is sometimes. Yeah, you see on the right side there's still nothing happening, but if you know how the game works, you can already see that I have units coming in here, because I'm like, you know what, if he doesn't attack there, I'm gonna attack there, because he's like just below the threshold of winning, I think, because you need like 100 points minimum. But that's obviously still would be just a draw, and I don't want to draw, I want to win. So I need to attack somewhere, and I'm kind of getting bogged down here, like he's not pushing me, but I'm also not pushing him, so I need to divert his attention somewhere else. So you see, okay, that's quite an investment to Panzer Grenadiers with the Carl Gustav, the Leopard 2A3, and the Pioneers with the Handflammenpatrone or whatever it is. Yeah, the shittiest melee weapon ever, but I mean, it's the only one you get as the West Germans, so it is what it is. Gotta make it work with what you have. So you also see that I'm also at the same time trying to pressure him here with the 2 infantry squads I have here and the Leopard 2 as fire support. Working quite well. Doing quite a lot of damage against the Motostrelki in the building. But I also spot that he has quite a few tanks here, so yeah, that was not good. Because I think it's like 2 or 3 T80 BVs, I think. That's not healthy for my Motostrelki squads. And here he uses his Akatsias, in my opinion, actually quite good, because he targets my Leopard. And so I have to disengage, because otherwise I will get just smacked by his artillery. And the 2 or 3 T80s, whatever he has here, so I really need to get out of there. He gets in a plane. Ah yes, it's the other T8. 275 points. Yeah, you see that it costs as much as a Leopard 2, but yeah. You saw how slow the rockets were, and it just got shot down. So those were like 550 points that he just wasted. Here I was kind of lucky that the ATGMs missed my Gepard. I kind of tend to underestimate the range of the ATGMs, even though it's not even the longest range ATGMs. So yeah, missed 2 and missed 3 times, so that was very, very lucky. I mean, they're stressed to be fair, but still that was very lucky. And the 4th one, will it hit? No, it misses again. Yeah, so that was my luck for the week. Used up by this one Gepard, I guess. Here I tried to, again, I'm trying to pressure him everywhere at once. But unfortunately he brought in all his helicopters and I only have the 1 Fliegerfaust here and I wasn't on top of my macro, so I moved in the AA too late. And also I'm just always afraid of him moving some tanks up here and just smacking my Roland and Gepards. So yeah, that's why I didn't move them up initially, and then when I moved them up it was already too late, so skill issue by me. Here I now unloaded the infantry and I'm starting to move them in through the forest here, because for obvious reasons I think I don't want to move them through the open. I'm still probing here with the Luxus to see if I can just straight up drive into his zone, because it might very well be that he doesn't have that much there, considering he had like a T80 BV here in the beginning. So why not? They're not that expensive, like 60 points, so you know, you can, if you lose them it's sad, but you can spare the losses. So they both engaged BMP2. As you can see, I tried to RT it or kill it with my RT, but unfortunately he pulled it back in time, so it didn't die. Yeah, and now the T80 BV unfortunately got my Leopards, what do you call it? My Luxus from the hill. But because I saw his T80 BVs, I bring in the Bo 105s. I really like those ones. I think most people that play 5th just get 2 Apaches and that's it. And well, I'm not going to say that that's wrong necessarily, but I think that the Bo 105s are just way too cost efficient to leave them out of deck. Like at 65 points and you get like an absolutely amazing ATGM. And as you can see, you can just, if they overextend their tanks, you could just smack them. It's insane how good they are, in my opinion. Like obviously they're very vulnerable, sure, but yeah, for the price, the ATGM is just insane. So I just always get a card of them and 1 Apache. So here I'm moving up. I also get a command, but as I do quite often, as you saw on the left, I forgot my A and I only have 1 Fliegerfaust and I only now bought a Gepard, so it will need to get up from here. So it really isn't looking great for my infantry up there. And now I also, the problem with this is not only that my infantry is gonna get fucked up, but now he obviously knows that I wanted to attack here, so most likely he's going to reinforce. So I really fucked up here, but then he moves in this Strela to kill off my bow, but I have a Leopard 1 here, and the Leopard 1 snipes the Strela. So that was really good. I tried to gun run the Mi-24 with the Tornado, but I don't know, maybe I heard in one patch they changed something about how the guns worked, and since then I have the feeling that the Tornado is just absolute shit at gun running the Mi-24, like I did 2 damage. So yeah, I really need to stop doing that, because yeah, it's just not worth it at all, especially because it's not even a fighter, it's like an MW1 as well. So here I artillery the BMP-2 as well, again, because I want to get rid of it. It's quite a good vehicle actually, if you think about it, like it's a BMP-2 with the Conquerors and it's a recon vehicle. So getting rid of it was a good thing. RT is more or less consistently firing, so that's good, but now it needs to rearm. I have put a supply truck here, again one of the big ones. Get more ammo and then get going again. So here, yeah, that's, you can really see what I meant when I said I'm getting bogged down. And by this point, honestly, I should have realized that this command is most likely not in this forest line, because I have pushed in quite far and I haven't spotted it a single time. So most likely it's here. And I also thought that at one point in the game, but then I was also like, but I also didn't see anything here. The forest there is bigger, so chances that he's hiding it there are higher. So I'm still getting more units, as you can see, to the left side. Also, I still have the original Leopard 2, A3 and A4 alive. Still going. Spot something there. Oh, it's an infantry squad, so we're not gonna kill it, but do some damage. Unfortunately here his Acacias killed off my Leopard 1A5. So I think that's one of the things that you want to use those new Acacias for. Like, try to snipe off high value targets like those tanks, because they're so precise. You do a lot of damage, because, well, you basically hit every shot, and if your opponent is busy somewhere else, you will easily get the kill. Here I put the Leopard 2 in a position where he can kind of snipe down this road. So I got one of the Pulimechiki before they were able to unload. So that was quite good. But sadly the second one got through. Here I'm starting a new push through. My mistake sometimes is that my units are a little bit too clumped up, as you can see here. And that's not good, but as you can see, there's another thing that's not good, namely my Leopard 2A4 almost dying because something hit it in the right flank, and then I'm like, ah yeah, right, they have this division has this new AT gun that's like, it doesn't have a lot of range, not a lot of accuracy, but shit tons of damage, and if you're driving close like me to like, what is this, 1200 meters range or whatever, it's gonna do a lot of damage. But luckily I was able to get it out of there in time. And I managed to get in my leader on the right side for at least some amount of time. Unfortunately here I really mismicroed this Pioneer Flam. So that just wasn't good moving it into the open. Maybe I thought about because I don't have any mortars in this deck, because I have the 2 heavy howitzers and then like the MLRS. I thought about maybe switching it up and pulling out the MLRS for the mortars, because in this case smoke would have been really nice, but I'm not sure about that. I bring in 2 F4 bombers. His 2 MiG-29s just completely smack me because the Roland 3 is preoccupied with his helicopter swarm. The Gepard was out of range, and the Fliegerfaust is, well, it's a Fliegerfaust. So yeah, both my F4s go down, his MiG-29s are barely damaged, so that was really bad. But I mean, at least I got some points out of it, and the leader survived, and Leopard 2 or 3 is also alive. So, you know, some of you will die, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make, as one king said. I see another AT gun down there, and I'm like, you know what, I have those heavy howitzers, so I'm just gonna bomb it, because I think they're pretty slow at the moment still, so you can flush them out with artillery very well, because they basically have no chance of moving out the way, especially with the heavy damage dealer of those M110s. Yeah, so we delete this one. The M48 are moving in. I was pretty sure that I can win this fight, because he only has a Saperi here, and yeah, they don't have any AT. But unfortunately, he has another Motostrelki here, and he brings in another Motostrelki here. I was able to snipe one of them off, actually, with the M48, so that was good. But the other gets through, and one of the unique selling points of the new division is that their Motostrelki have this amazing ATGM launcher, or like anti-tank rocket launcher, yes, so it's not guided, it's just a rocket launcher. So my M48s obviously got smacked, and then my Pioneer Flam just gets fucked up. But as those two AT guns here are still alive, I get a mass, actually, just what we talked about, the MLRS system, and I'm trying to smack this area here to get the AT guns and whatever else he has in there. And well, at this point I really should have realized that this command just can't be anywhere here, so it has to be here. But yeah, spoiler alert, I'm gonna be quite stubborn on this side, maybe a little bit too much. Yeah, I'm also getting new reinforcements on the right, because I assume that after he has reinforced his side of the map on this point, he will most likely use the troops to push in, because, well, that would be the smart thing to do. If he already has a lot of troops there, having them just sit around is not really the play. The second bow gets shot down by AA. Sad, but, well, they did the job. They killed one T80 BV, and so, you know, both of them cost like 130 points, and they killed off one T80 BV, so they already paid themselves off twice by killing one tank. That's what I mean by they are very cost efficient. I kill a BMP2 here again with my Leopard 1, so I'm very well at sniping them off in this game, or was very well, very good at it. Which is important because with the grenade launcher on top, they are monsters against infantry, and I really need to get rid of them because my infantry is already shit anyway. Yeah, unfortunately the Leopard 1 gets sideshot here by the T80, but I instantly smoke it and retreat it. So again, tank preservation being really good. I get a Pulimechiki here with the 110. Yeah, that's what I meant when I said that I was using the artillery quite well throughout the game. Here the reinforcements start to arrive. I'm not really starting to push yet because, yeah, because of how the push went in the first time. Not that good. Here it is also kind of not that much going on. The Pioneers actually survived, but they're still on an attack move order. So as soon as I realize, I will pull them back to reinforce them. The Fliegerfaust here is almost empty, so I would need to get some. Yeah, here I get some more ammo to the Fliegerfaust and move up this supply to repair the Leopard 1. I see the T80, so I'm trying to see whether I can get some sneaky shots onto the T80, but I mean, looking at the sideline, I would have needed to move like here. But, you know, if you don't have sideline, you can always use artillery. Just drop something on their head, and this will also hurt them quite a lot. Leopard 1 also brought onto this side, because I really was sure that he would. I mean, he had a T80 BV and infantry and everything there, so I was sure that the counterattack would be coming, but as you can see, it's not coming yet, at least. No Rolands here. That was not a very good idea, honestly. Should have gotten a Roland earlier. Maybe, no, it's not on the way yet. But I should have gotten a Roland here earlier, because like there's just literally one Gepard left. That's not that good. You see, the T80 BV here got fucked up quite a bit, but well, there I can see 3 others at least, and I know that I killed at least 1 at this point, maybe even 2. And the new division, and you also see that they're a 2-bit, so he only gets 2 per card. And the new Motostrelki deck, the 27, doesn't get a lot of activation points in the tank tab. So him having obviously at least 6 T80 BVs and another card that is locked up by the AT guns, like he has put a lot of points there. So here I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna march my Jägers over the open and get the Leopard 2s behind him. The idea is that like units in the forest line will start shooting at the Jägers, revealing themselves, and then my Leopards can start shooting at them. That's what I mean by I was being really stubborn, because like the command has to be here or here somewhere, but it just can't be there. But, well, I really wanted to see, I guess. But unfortunately, I didn't realize that the T80 BVs have a sideline from there to here, so that was a bit of a mismanagement by me. And now only the Leopard 2 engages. so that wasn't managed that well. The Acacias fire on the Gepard, but I spotted early enough and I'm able to get it out of harm's way. That was good micro. You see I get a London Leopard 2 up here, I get a M48 up here, so I'm gearing up for a counterattack because his still hasn't come through. So I guess I have to do something. And if we look over, yeah, like 2 Jaegers have already died. This has barely survived. His helicopters come in again, but this time my AA is in place. Leopard 1 here again also got smacked, but I microed it out of the way. I know that there's an infantry here, so I just NW1 it. F-16 seat got brought in, and you can see it killed the Tunguska here. So it actually did something because the Tunguska is like I think the gun is radar AA, so if you don't turn off the gun, the seat is perfectly capable of killing it, and it did. So that was good. The Leopard 2s survived. I was kind of worried about the Leopard 2A4 because it got routed. So what I did, I moved the Leopard 2A3 up a bit to the right and smoked here in the hopes that I would cover up the Leopard 2A4, but I'm pretty sure that the focus fire automatically switched to the 2A3 anyways, so I was kind of lucky there. But yeah, again, both the Leopard 2 saved up, so those are real heroes at this point. Gepard here, unfortunately, dies. Sad to see this amazing unit getting killed. I really like the Gepard. Yeah, the artillery has been a bit silent for the last few minutes, but MLRS is lining up another barrage because I saw him bring in a bunch of infantry, so I thought to myself, you know what, why not? Why not try to hit it with an MLRS strike? But you can already see that he's moving at least one of the squads out of the way, so we will see how effective the strike will be. The good thing is that, well, one Gepard might have died, but you can see the AA net here is still quite dense, like 2 Fliegerfaust, 2 Rolands, 1 Gepard, then here's another Fliegerfaust. There's another Fliegerfaust, there's another Fliegerfaust, so yeah, I'm really going all in on the AA, because as I said, I have no AA, like, air superiority fighters. Here I actually find the enemy's infantry, that I guess he only now moved in to start attacking me, and they smack my infantry because there's just more of them, so I retreat the M48, because there's no sense in engaging his infantry with the amazing anti-tank launcher in the forest with my tank, because it will just die. Here you see the MLRS firing. Something's there, so... oh, at least I hit something with it. That was okay. But let's look at here, at this side of the map, where I'm engaging the T80 with the Leopard A1 and the A2. For this case, is this just I think a very good combination, having a Leopard 1 and a Leopard 2. Ideally, I think you would have the Leopard 2A3 in the front, maybe, so it could tank the shots, and Leopard 1 in the back, but on the other hand, you can also say, well, you can put the Leopard 1 in the front because it has less pen, and so if the Leopard 2 is in the back and Leopard 1 drives forward, they can waste a shot on the less important tank. But I mean, I don't have the micro for this stuff anyway, I'm not that good. So anyway, the engagement was good enough that T80 had to retreat. I have the Gepard up, so I get his Mi-24, and I actually bring up my own Apache, because I'm like, you know, now finally I accept that his command has to be here. And I guess that just by the sheer amount of points he brought in here and here, that can't be much there. So I bring in the Apache, push forward my tanks. Leopard 2 almost gets got again by these AT guns. Like, those AT guns are very, very dangerous, those new ones. Here, my Pio, I actually tried to, like, kind of outplay him to move my Pioneer command in here and smoke it off of my Leopard, but I wasn't quick enough, unfortunately. And as you can see here, I actually killed off his command. It was here, and my Apache got it with his gun and his rockets. So finally I get control of the zone. Only 4 minutes left, and now I'm at a +3 tick. And so I'm fairly certain now that I will win. Oh no, actually now the Pioneer will die. I thought it already happened. Okay, I was confused. Yeah, so now you saw what I meant with, you know, I'll move my Leopard in, smoke it off, but his planes still came through, and then his infantry killed off the one Leopard 2. Because there's so not that much time left, I was like, yeah, whatever, if the Leopard 2 dies, but I could maybe get a few points from the zone, it would be enough, but yeah, it wasn't meant to be, so that was unfortunate. but that matter because I got that zone here. And he also has a T80 BV here now as well, which I think if he now has 3 cards of T80 BVs, a card of the anti-tank guns and the T80 BVK, I'm pretty sure he has like all slots of the tank tab filled out. So that wasn't really expected by me, but well, it went okay, because now I'm definitely at the threshold of winning. I'm desperately rushing reinforcements to the right side, because I really don't want him to like capture my point here and reduce my tick or even get his own tick going. So that's already also why I brought in the leopard here. Originally I wanted to push the leopard into his side of the front, but now I'm just keeping it here in the hopes that if he moves in the command, I can at least contest the sector, using the leopard 2 to engage his tank from the hill. That's a pretty good sideline, by the way, if you don't know about it. Leopard 2, quite good. And hitting more than the T80, you can also see how my AA net just completely smacked his planes. Here he moves into his T80s against my infantry, so yeah, the Martyrs die and the infantry will die as well, but there's not much point in this without infantry support. Like, he doesn't gain anything from it. I wanted to use my artillery to keep his tanks back, but that doesn't really work after my infantry died, so that was sad, and he got a side shot on my leopard too. That was tragic. So, yeah. But again, as I said, like, he can push through here, but it doesn't really give him much, because there's only 2 minutes left, and I'm on a +3, and he doesn't even have a command here, so, okay, even if he pushes through completely and kills off my command, okay, whatever. And I still have my 2 Milan 2s here, and you can see this Milan 2 completely smacked the T80 in the side armor. That was a fantastic shot. Gets another one off. Let's see if it hits. By the way, both Leopard 2s are still alive, and the Milan 2 gets the T80. So that was nice that it actually hit its shot. That doesn't happen always, so I was very happy that it did this time. Here he actually brought in infantry to attack me in this sector, but he kind of never got a command in. Here he actually gets a new command into the middle sector, and he smokes it off. But unfortunately, the smoke was in the wrong direction, and my Milan 2 still got it. And even then, like, he would have neutralized the take, but I was still like 300 points ahead, and so he surrenders a few minutes before the game would end anyway. So yeah, you can see the KD was actually quite close, which, well, to be fair, makes sense, because the game lasted for a long time, and for the longest time we were almost equal on points. He was also fairly similar to me in rank. I don't know whether we can see it here. Oh no, actually he's like 161. I thought he was far lower. Oh. I won against a player that's like 200 ranks above me, because now I'm 243, but when I played against him I was, I think, 316 or something. So, quite good win for me. How many games does he have? Yeah, 300. Yeah, okay. So, decent player. Let's see what my vehicles and units did the whole game. Yeah, that's the looks in the beginning, where I said that it got Motostrelki. But that was basically everything my 2 luxes did in the beginning. Kind of unfortunate, but, well, happens sometimes. Tornado here, yeah, that really didn't pay itself off. The Leopard 2A3 here, getting it 1 T80 and 2 BMP2s. That's a good trade. And also then a supply truck, so that's good enough. That's the Leopard 2, that must be the one that I brought in together with this Leopard 2A3 on the left side that I kept alive for, I'm pretty sure, the whole game. This one didn't get a tank, unfortunately, but you can still see it got like 2 squads. 2 squads, 2 BMPs, and 2 supply trucks, so still okay damage, and just the damage it soaked and the attention it took away from him is quite good in my opinion, because he really tried to kill it off. I mean, he sent in 2 Su-25 T8s, sorry, to try to kill it, and he just lost them. As I said, 550 points. So you always have to take this into account if you look at those kill tables in the end of the game. Gepard here getting Mi-24K and MiG-29. That's a good thing. Roland here getting the T8. Here you see the Leopard 1 just absolute beast. Killed infantry squad, most likely in the truck, Razvedka, so recon squad, 2 BMP2s and a T-80BV. So this guy here is just amazing value-wise. He costs like 95 points. Like the T-80BV alone costs like what, 280 or 60, something like that. So that's already insane value. And then the BMP2s and the infantry, so fantastic. I just love the Leopard 1A5 so much. And also because if you upvet them, you don't lose that much availability. Like with the Leopard 1A1, it's kind of dumb. Like you get 10 at 1 vet and also 5 at 2 vet, even though they're already worse. So yeah, I really kind of don't get it. Artillery here, yeah, doing decent. I mean, artillery in 1v1 at least rarely pays itself off, I think. At least I haven't seen that a lot of times. So it's more about killing like key units at important junctures of the game. So here you see that the AT gun or the AA gun or the like AA or the T-80BV. So I mean, well, this one actually paid itself off with the T-80, but I mean this one I'm pretty sure didn't. But still, that's very good artillery usage for like somebody like me who's not the best player in the world. Using it throughout the game, more or less consistently. So I was kind of proud of myself there. Here the Milan unfortunately didn't do that much, just got 2 supply trucks, so whatever. Another Gepard again, killing air, that's always good. Here you see that's what I mean, like one of those helicopters getting 1 T-80 already, fantastic value. This Leopard 2A3, yeah, didn't do that much. This one a little bit more. Let's see what I think. Yeah, the Mars here also kind of really didn't do that much. He could have 2 AT guns and the Motostrelki, so it's okay. Did a little bit of damage, whatever. That's just the 1 seat run I did and killed the Tunguska. And yeah, then that's the Apache then in the end, killing 2 AT guns and the command. Very good. And the Milan 2 here killing the T-80 and the command as well. Can go quickly through his kill list. Yeah, the helicopters just really, this one especially really fucked me up. I just, 1 second of not caring about AA against Soviet decks is already 1 second too much. Because the helicopters can obviously shift from one side of the map to the other very quickly. You always need to be on top of your AA play against Soviets with their amazing helicopters. Here the T-80 did quite good actually, killing off the Leopard 2A3. That hurts. Luckily his AT guns didn't get one of my tanks, because that would have been sad otherwise. But yeah, you can see other than that, mostly I was quite good at countering his units. Like none of his units performed like particularly well. Like this BVK got a 2A3 and 1A5. That's also not that good. But I was able to contain him quite well. So yeah, I was quite happy with the game. If you have any feedback about the video, let me know. I'm happy to take it in, because I'm quite new to this whole stuff. And I hope to see you in the next one. Have a nice day. Bye bye.